I seen some new information over the weekend, and it was definitely some wild things. I really wanted to get my thoughts out about this because my main purpose for this video, even though it has layers to it, is that Teofimo Lopez is working with Canelo. He's working with him and training with him. And I'm going to tell you why this is a very deep conversation right here. This is a very deep conversation because I am probably one of the only people who said recently Teofimo has to get a new trainer. Not after the last fight. I would say before the Jermaine Ortiz fight and after that fight. The dude needs to get with another trainer. Just bring another trainer in. That's all I ask. And let me tell you why this is a deep conversation. No one's asked Teofimo Lopez to go get a new trainer or to even look that way, or it's mandatory. And it was a mandatory. It's been a mandatory for a while now. The dude ain't throwing a jab like that no more. He's lost his confidence in his jab. He has to work with somebody else. And at this time right now, he's working with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez. And it seems like you would think that Teofimo Lopez working with Canelo Alvarez would be a game changer, and people would be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I knew he would need training. Is the interest not there in him? I'm starting to feel like he's just somebody to bring up during an argument or a conversation so people can have someone involved in that conversation, because he's a very good fighter. I'm a fan of Teofimo Lopez, but I'm a realist too. I got to report boxing. I can't be fanning out all day. He has to have another trainer come in, and Eddie Reynoso is doing that right now. Why do the fans not applaud this move? And why is this not a situation where people are starting to realize, hey man, he ain't been having no good training at all? Because I see people say, man, you know, because I seen people say about Devin Haney's situation, and this is before Devin Haney even had the Ryan Garcia fight. When Teofimo fought Jermaine Ortiz, every pro fighter should have came out and said the man has to get another trainer immediately. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to break this down real quick. This is why a lot of these guys who are boxers, who have boxing channels, are wasting their time. A lot of great boxers have boxing channels. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of great boxers have boxing channels, podcasts that I thoroughly enjoy. But I'm just being real. If you're not bringing anything to the table with this conversation, you're wasting your time. So they really coming on the line just saying the same thing everybody else saying. Because Teofimo Lopez, after he fought Jermaine Ortiz, everybody who's a so-called boxing expert should have got online and said the man has to have a new trainer immediately right now to save his career. He's had 3 straight bad performances. Well, nah, 3 out of 4. I mean, the Josh Taylor performance was good too, but Josh Taylor ain't been looking like himself lately either. So, but he looked good in his last fight. Now, Josh Taylor looked decent in that fight. I feel like he could have fought a little better though. He looked good in the Catterall fight. He actually probably fought better in the Catterall fight than he did in the Teofimo fight. But nonetheless, this whole situation needs to be evaluated, because Ryan Garcia did the same thing. And I had literally put out a video last year, around this time last year. I said, did Ryan Garcia get better from the Eddie Reynoso situation? See, what's crazy is I don't even know how good these guys are actually getting from being around Eddie Reynoso. Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. I don't know. It's hard to explain, because Ryan Garcia left Eddie Reynoso and went straight to Derrick James. And now he's like, yeah, when Derrick James is playing things, it's like this, this, and this. And I'm like, so what does that mean? Is there still a situation where Eddie Reynoso showed you anything? You know what I'm saying? Did he show you anything when you was over there? So I can't really gauge how he trains certain guys. All I can see is what Oscar de Valdez does, which is an excellent job. I think Eddie Reynoso is a good trainer. I'm not going to lie. I've been closely evaluating him. I think he's decent. He does what he can with certain guys. I think he's decent. above average. Is he a Robert Garcia? Absolutely not. Um, but he's a very good trainer. But from what I've seen, guys have gotten better since they left him. I'll say that. Guys have gotten better. It looks like he does some things where he don't try to mess with their whole style. He'll just try to change a couple of things, add some things. The inside fighting and a lot of the movements and feints. He'll add in a couple of things like that and punch combinations and punch selections and the way they throwing punches. And just, different trainers teach different ways of how guys sit on punches and everything else. But, Teofimo, this is why I say, I don't know if it's, because a lot of people do want me to just get online and talk about boxing. And I will try to do that in the future a lot more, starting today. I will try to talk a lot more about the fight games, which I try to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, put out prediction videos all the time. But, I don't know. It seems like the news becomes bigger than the actual fight, and that's where the problem come in. Because that's why people be like, man, these guys is this when they outside the ring, and it's like, man, y'all ain't really testing what Teofimo's talent is at right now, or his skill set. Cause everybody else, they'll sit out here and say the guy can't box, or this guy this, and he ain't got no jab, or ain't he fight like an amateur. Just getting hit by the same left hook. Bro, I don't know if we seen the Kambosos fight with Teofimo. He was getting hit with the left hook. The same left hook. And then Haney went out there and dominated Kambosos for two fights. Then I have them same people who saw all those fights come back around and say, oh, well, he can't box, man. He got hit with the same left hook. Yeah, come on, under certain circumstances. But with Teofimo, it's no excuse. Y'all say his dad is a good trainer. You give him no flack. You don't say he needs to change the trainer. I do. I think he does need to switch up something. He don't have to completely leave his dad, but yeah, bring somebody in like everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? You say you was undisputed already. Well, you need to start bringing trainers in like you are an undisputed fighter, even though you wasn't undisputed. You need to start bringing in guys like you actually was undisputed though. You would think so. Devin Haney moving like he an undisputed fighter. You already know he undisputed. Ain't no question behind that. The youngest. He moving like that. Bringing in Freddie Roach. Bringing in, and then people so dumb, they're not even paying attention to that. This dude bringing in Freddie Roach and Ben Davis in the same year. And people looking around like, man, come on, man. Like, let's be real. They act like they're not even paying attention. And then what happened at the Devin Haney started using them? Ben Davis. Then they have AJ run over there, and recently I heard he's working with Cordina, I think he's working with Cordina now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, or could be wrong. But I think he's working with Cordina. But yeah, man, that's definitely what I wanted to go across, man. Like, people need to start testing these guys that need trainers. It's another guy, but I'm not going to focus on him right now, because that's going to be a whole nother video I could just say. But yeah, I've been saying these guys needed trainers. But the whole other stuff behind it, that's just the first layer I want to talk about. But the dude's been needing a trainer, man. I don't know if people realize that. People like, man, he going to knock out Steve Claggett. No, he's not. I said that in my breakdown. He's not knocking out Steve Claggett, man. If I didn't say that in the breakdown, I definitely said that when I went live for the fight. Pre-fight, during the fight. He definitely ain't knocking out Steve Claggett. And shout out to my homeboy who said in the chat, oh, you the only person who said that, giving Steve Claggett credit. Appreciate that, dog. Because Steve Claggett definitely wasn't going to get knocked out by Teofimo that night. And he was struggling. And his face was marked up. Man, he was marked up, man. So Canelo got to work on that defense, too. He definitely needs to work on that. I feel like him and Teofimo got the same body type, but at the same time, yeah, he's been needing a trainer for a while now. I hope people realize that. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.